It's starting.
Let's go.
Oh my god, I love it.
About time.
They're so fluid. I love seeing them two together.
Kill everyone. Yes.
Oh my god, they stand no chance. Their armor's impenetrable. They can just walk out there and just slap them.
Yeah.
He's like, stop this. Your guns don't know how effective.
Guys, we clearly survived the fight of Mos Espa. This is the review, the reaction to Boba Fett Episode 7, the finale of Book of Boba Fett / Mandalorian / Jedi / everybody else. And Chris and Rob here at the Jersey Comic Crew. Welcome back to another exciting episode. Hope everyone's doing really well out there. And Rob, I wanted to get your take right off the bat. This is a different feeling ending to a series we've seen so far.
So I gotta say, one, I loved it. It was fantastic. You know, this whole show was a wild trip, right? You know, building up the character of Boba, learning about the world. You know, Mando coming in, doing those tendrils. Everybody's loving that, really feeding on it. There was a lot of high points in this that I really did enjoy. I mean, it almost felt like the middle of the show, right? Because there was just so much action. Yeah. And like the wrap up was so very thin. We're like, okay, there's obviously much more to the story. Yeah. But before we get into that, we got to talk about the scene we just saw at the top of the episode and like the scene in the beginning of all the fights. Mando and Boba teaming up again. I am so happy we saw that. Like, we saw that in the Mandalorian show, and like seeing it again in the Book of Boba Fett just realizes how much I love seeing these Mandalorian style warriors move forward. And then in here, Mando's like, this is the way. Like, this is my creed. I'm staying with you. And Boba's like, all right, I feel that. And then going out and fighting the Pike. At first, I didn't think the Pike were a big threat, right? I'm like, they have Beskar armor. They're just shooting them up. We don't have to worry about everything. And they just are demolishing them. It was just so much fun, man.
It was great. It was like, finally, right? And
yeah,
that's what I found myself screaming. Like, finally, like, start killing people. You're Boba Fett. Just like, where are the knee gauntlets? Where's the flamethrower? Like, just start going off. I was so happy to see that scene. Him and Mando teaming up. I was waiting for like the Darksaber to come out and see if he was going to be able to control it.
Yeah.
And I did love a lot of the highs. I agree with you 100% with that. There's a lot of highs in this episode. We got our answer, Rob.
We did. We got
it. Grogu shows up in the X-Wing that R2 taxi Ubered him into Mos Espa to Pelimoto, wearing his Beskar chainmail. I don't know about you, Rob, but I was also waiting for Grogu to pull out the lightsaber at some point in this episode too. I thought both was going to happen.
So that's one of the highlights and also downfalls for this episode, right? I know that he picked the armor, right? And I guess that Luke's like, all right, then go with him, be with him, because it's a short amount of time. You could always come back and get training from some other Jedi. We're going to find out that scene, I'm sure, more later down the line. But like the whole time, I'm like, all right, Grogu, you have some more training now. You have the Beskar. Do something. Like, let me see a little bit more, right? Like, jump.
Do the hand thing.
Like, do the hand thing, right? Like, I'm thinking, like, he's going to jump and, like, maybe he's going to do a little bit more. Like, boom, boom, boom. And he's like, sent him off because you can defend yourself a little bit, right? And the whole time, I'm like, okay. You know, when the fight gets out of hand and stuff like that, like, he takes the bolt out from one of them. I'm like, just a bolt? Fine, I get it, just a bolt. But it was cool to see him connect with Mando and that emotional thing. He jumped. He used the force to jump into his arms. I'm like,
that was amazing. That was amazing.
I loved it. And then he calms the Rancor down. Beautiful. Yeah. Like, I loved what they did with him, but I guess
next to it.
Oh, and then they CJ, he snuggled up. Oh my God, my ovaries dropped. I didn't even have ovaries. I lost my mind.
Did you get those?
I know. I found them. I don't know. I love Grogu in this. I want him to be badass, and I think part of it is like, all right, I associate Jedi with badass, and Grogu I have to realize is a vehicle for emotional development for Din Djarin. Yeah. And maybe I have to check my expectations. And I wanted to bring up all that cool stuff with Grogu, but see if you felt the same thing, like what you expected more out of him.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to do Yoda stuff in, you know, Attack of the Clones, right? Okay. Flipping around with the lightsaber, you know, going nuts. I thought he was going to, you know, do some Force stuff, possibly have a lightsaber where he just maybe cut a leg or something, like simple. Cool. He hasn't been trained that long, right? And we still don't really know what's going to go on with him, but I love that he's back. Clearly, I was wrong, Rob. You were correct that, you know, Grogu's going to take the chainmail. Yeah, I thought he was going to stay in a Jedi because I thought that kind of him and Mandalorian, not that I didn't want them together, but I thought that we saw what kind of hinders him, right? He's holding the baby every 5 seconds. He has to put him down. He's holding the baby. He's putting it down. I wonder how that's going to go forward. But yeah, like seeing Grogu, right? Like you're never not happy to see Grogu.
You're never not happy.
In any capacity, no matter what he does, but definitely there is a lot of questions going forward with it.
I mentioned the Rancor, and I know you guys like, how do you just bypass the Rancor? I didn't. I want to talk about it. I am so happy we saw him riding the Rancor. Boba Fett's like, I need another friend. We need backup. They have these giant battle droids with the shields on them. I was like, oh, you're dead. Yeah. What's going to happen? I have no idea. Maybe it was Darksaber stuff. Even Darksaber didn't cut it, which I was like, okay, you need more training, obviously, because you can. You just suck with it.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to do the Qui-Gon thing where he just holds it in there and melts it.
But seeing the Rancor jump up and like the legend of Boba Fett's going to grow so much more now, right? Mm-hmm. And like he just rips apart everything, like chokes the one out, twists the head off, rips the arms off. It was everything I wanted and more, and I loved it.
Yeah, the Rancor was awesome. I mean, I was waiting for the Rancor. I was like, all right, when's the Rancor? When's the Rancor? When's the Rancor? I kind of like that it went into like a berserker mode, right? Like we kind of got that tidbit a couple episodes before with, Danny Trejo talking about like, yeah, they're bred for fighting and all this stuff, but they're very close to their owners. And he kind of like, the Rancor gets built up. We have this great fight scene. I don't know how it's alive, where it gets shot 40 times.
He got shot, stabbed, and cut.
Ridiculous, but like, he's on this like high of, I just defeated these really hard opponents, and now he's kind of like King Kong rampaging through the city,
which I liked, but I was also like, do we really have to do a King Kong thing?
I was also the same boat. I was like, all right, I get it. Like he's gonna hang from there, he's gonna scream, and then we're gonna figure out how to take him down. I thought it was a scene to get Grogu to kind of finish off like Grogu stuff for the episode.
Fair.
But I did love seeing the Rancor come in as like, all right, we need something big, we need something that's gonna help not just the people of Freetown, and basically just Fennec Shand and the absolutely useless mods throughout this entire series.
The mods, I'm not really on the boat with them. Like I thought they were going to be more. They're just, I think, to fill time. I guess I don't really understand why we needed them. I thought we could have done the same thing with other people. Would have been a better connection. But maybe the mods are going to flesh out. I'm not holding out for them, but like they do nothing for me. The biggest surprise, though, for me this episode was Cad Bane, right?
Was it a surprise?
No, I knew he was coming, right? And I guess like he was gonna fight Boba. Like you were right with that. I was wrong. Fennec went to go kill everybody and all the leaders.
Everybody else.
She killed all the Parliament, and she's like, "Now I'm a bad bitch. You're all dead." She got in. I don't know how she got in. I guess she teleported in. She has to have some kind of force powers.
Man,
I don't know what's going on.
She's an assassin. Like she's just really like. She's basically what Assassin's Creed should be in live action.
She's like, obviously the assassin of the crew. But like getting to the Cad Bane Boba Fett fight was great because you have that connection. They know each other, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm an old man, but I'm still faster." And he shoots him in the shoulder. I'm like, the one point where the best guard didn't protect you. You can't take a shot, Boba. I was a little upset, right? But I did like to see Boba somehow magically, I guess, out of his pocket. I didn't see the weapon at all. Pulled like the Tusken Raider weapon to pay homage to all the Tusken Raiders that falling, and kills Cad Bane. I did not think we would see Cad Bane dead.
He's not dead.
What are you making that? He stabbed him in the chest with the sword-like stick.
Rob, I care about you.
Okay.
He's not dead. Please don't go down that road. He is not dead. I care about you too much. He's not dead. Trust me. Guys, Cad Bane is not dead. I don't care if you see him stabbed.
How do you know he's not dead?
Number one, I've watched every episode of Clone Wars, every episode of Rebels, Bad Batch, every Star Wars, everything. And Cad Bane has so many fail-safes in his body to keep him alive. There's no reason he should be alive normally in this show. He's that old, right? Oh. And number two, those face masks you see, those aren't to help him breathe. That is that's a fail-safe that he modded into his own body. So when he was around during the time of the Jedi, during Clone Wars, Jedi couldn't force choke him and kill him. It's a mechanical air breather respiratory system that's in his neck, which is also partially why he sounds so amazingly menacing all the time.
But like his chest was beeping. I thought it was going to be a bomb that explodes. So that's a fail-safe so he doesn't die.
100%. I think that's a fail-safe for if he gets shot or wounded, that activates, whether it's his ship coming like a beacon, hey, he's injured, he needs to be picked up, his droid, whatever is going on. I would put money on it, a lot of money, that Cad Bane is not dead, and we will 100% see him again.
So
because this guy beats death every episode of Clone Wars.
Okay, so he's definitely coming back for season 2 of Boba or season 3 of Mando, whatever they want to do. So he's coming back.
Oh, he'll be back in some capacity. he's too grand of a character not to bring back.
Yeah.
I'm sure Dave Filoni worked way too hard to put him in 1 1/8 episodes for him to just be stabbed in the chest by a wooden stick. Like, there's no way he's gonna go out like that. You saw him, right? Like, he knows all the spots of Boba's armor to shoot, which is why I personally love that he shot him in the shoulder. Because he knows the armor. He trained Boba as a kid. He mentions, like, I've known you for a long time, Boba. You're your father's blood.
That's true. He did do that.
You know, and Jango helped train Cad Bane. So there's a lot of familiarity there. I did really want a Fennec Shand line that they knew each other, but that didn't happen. But
no, at least not this season.
At least not this season. But he comes in and he's like, I'm still faster than you. And he proves it, right? Shoots him in the shoulder, dodges the flamethrower, dodges this. Cool. Like, keep shooting him just
also,
to get him
Cad
down.
Bane knows how to fear a Rancor. Rancor's like, fire. Ooh, no, I'm going away. Like,
yes. What? Which my thinking is that is kind of how they train the Rancor to listen.
Oh, fire.
Almost like how the Venom symbiote with fire. It's like terrified.
Yeah.
I thought it was something like that. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, that's how he knows to, like, deflect the Rancor, because I guess they train Rancor to be afraid of fire, and that's maybe how they discipline Rancor when they're not doing what they want.
Dude.
That's total possibility, not 100%. But, yeah, Cad Bane, he's clearly going to come back, so where is he going to pop up again? Are we going to get this OK Corral style?
I hope so.
And it was magical.
Like, this whole episode, I like future stuff we're going to save for other videos, guys. We just want to focus on this season 1 and then this episode here. A lot of fun, a lot of action. There was some weird points. Like you said, the mods kids, I really didn't care when they went off. I'm like, what are we doing? And I think it's just because we had to do so much other stuff. We didn't have time to focus and develop them, even though they kind of like felt like they were supposed to be important characters. So maybe in season 2 they will be. Seeing Black Chrysanthemum doing great, fighting everything off, hobbling along was cool.
Oh my! How is he alive?
I don't know how he's alive.
Like, what is in Wookiee blood? Like, I like what? I'll have.
He's a bad mother sucker.
He gets shot in the leg. Like, he's got a blown
like 6
ACL.
times he got shot.
Yeah, he's got like his head's bleeding. Like, it's insane how he still was like fighting, but it also shows how badass Black Chrysanthemum is as one of the coolest Wookiee bounty hunters of all time.
He's probably the best Wookiee bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Let's be
Might
real.
be the only. Actually,
I don't even know anybody else.
I don't know anyone else. I think he's the only one.
But talking about this show, this episode, I think we need to talk. Have this conversation.
So yes, I totally agree with that aspect. I think I loved episode 5 and 6.
Awesome.
As a Star Wars fan,
yeah,
that is magic. It was beautiful. Okay, you know, my childhood hero was in it. There's no more I could ask for. As a whole of the show, I liked it a lot. I didn't love it.
I think that's fine.
I think Boba's backstory with the Tuskens was fantastic. Obviously, the fight scenes and getting that payoff and him becoming the Boba Fett we all know and love by the end of this, I think the payoff was great. But it's hard to put this show above like Mandalorian season 1 and 2 when the best part of this show had nothing to do with the titular character.
I get that. I completely understand. I mean, you could argue that the beginning that was focused on Boba was set up for all this stuff. I get that, but also like those, it's so hard to not look at those episodes. Or like even these last 3 episodes, to be like, wow, Mando and him work really well together. Wow, Luke was here. Yes, Grogu. All this crossover stuff, and then you think, all right, if we don't look at the crossover stuff with other characters, we just focus on Boba. It's not as wide appeal. So I definitely understand that. But guys, it is safe to say that we love this episode. We love the Book of Boba Fett. We hope there's a season 2. We want to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. What you thought of this episode, what you thought of the season. Did you enjoy it as much as we did?
And guys, thanks so much for watching. Give us a thumbs up, like, really helps the channel out a lot. If you're new, subscribe, turn those notifications. You don't miss any more of our coverage. We have a couple more episodes. We are not done with the Book of Boba Fett just yet. And if you missed anything, make sure you check it out right here on the channel. Anytime for you. And as always, I'm Chris Heller. That's Rob Moran. We're the Jersey Comic Crew. And we'll see you next time.